Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Kieran, and this is Fox Off RPG. So we're back here again in Gods of Bandit North, Volume 1. This is Session 5. As you can see, the beautiful cover of a beautiful book. And this lovely monstrous creature here, as you can see right here, very much reminds me of a Titan from Attack on Titan, and we have our lovely map. I'll be using this map from now on. Like I said in the last video, the map that we were using, it's not, the printer I have is not great quality, and the paper is standard basic paper. It was kind of blurry even for me, but this is much clearer. I don't know how it's going to appear for you guys, but I will say things as they are. And this is the referee side, which we will be using, or the judge side, whatever you want to call it. DM, blah blah blah, you know, same old thing. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be using. This side just makes sense. So what we'll do first is, again, thank you everyone for watching these videos. I will leave a link in the description where you can find the books that I have shown off during these playthroughs. OSE Advanced, Gods of Bandit North. I just finished my interview with Rob Alderman of Pulp Hummock Press. I always say that wrong first time. It's terrible, I know. But I had an interview with Rob. It went great. I was like a kid in a candy store. Like, I love this book. I was talking to him a little bit before and after, and it's like, it's just so good. I'm in love with it. I can remember so much about it. I've read it so many times. I'll still get things wrong. But yeah, I'll leave links for all that stuff. You can still get the premium books, I think, of this, Volume 1 and Volume 2. When I talked to him, he had, I think it's 250 of each left, so 500 in total. Of Volume 250 of Volume 1, 250 of Volume 2, thereabouts. So obviously I'll link in the description where you get that from him. What I always do is, if you're gonna get any books from any of the creators, if they have their own website, you should get it from them. They're gonna get more of the money, and that's more important than me getting a little kickback on drive-thru. But if you do use any drive-thru links, you don't have to use them for these books. You can use them for any of your purchases. And if you do that, it's going to be great. It's going to help the channel, help me to get new stuff and more stuff. And of course, you can ask me to look at things, and I will do so. But yeah, so we're going to get back into this game. We're going to do a quick recap on what happened in the last game, which was pretty straightforward. Last game, we woke up back in the inn, Brick Mammoth Inn. We went down, we saw Captain Kumak. He was like, okay, I have a mission for you guys. You've done really well. He's down with another gentleman. I have him here, actually. No, I don't. Here we go. Panuk. He's a native here. One of his wagons was essentially stolen by Sirius the Outlaw. Now, we decided we had Sirius in a different part of the game. He stole a load of goods. I think it was, what says it here? Exotic saffron. Sold that, his cart, his horses, and stuff like that. So we're going to get 200 gold if we can get the stolen cargo, and another 200 gold if we show proof of the killer. Now, we don't know who the thief was. We don't know who the thief is. So this is going to be, how do we find this out? We know where they were last seen. It's also in the big open space. Like, we have, each of these hexes are 6 miles. So 6 miles. We know they were last seen up around here, where this little sort of cross beacon. I know it's not a cross, but it looks like a cross on the video. It's last seen around this place. Now, you might think that's going to be easy find for soldiers and troops. No, soldiers and troops are loud. They always are. So these guys are thieves. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. They're robbing. They're stealing. They're murdering. They can relocate quick. They have a cart. They now have a cart and horses. We know this, so it's going to be hard to find. And also, a hex of 6 miles, that's like 32 square miles. So it's not a small space. So we've done that. We accept that. We are also told if we do this, we'll get a Delver's license plus the rewards. So we'll do that. Then we left. We got our appraisal done on the jewelry that we had. When we killed Sirius, or at least as far as we know it's Sirius. Dun, dun, dun. So we done that. We got some new equipment, new gear. It's mostly like furs and stuff like that, sleeping bags. It's more flavor stuff. It's not going to affect things too much, I don't think. And then we start doing our first hex crawl, and that's basically where we left up. And I did mess up the hex crawl a little bit. We came across a roll up that we came across a bunch of caribou. I couldn't find caribou, and I kept looking, and after I edited it down, obviously, because I was like, where the hell is it? And once I finished the video, I was like, oh, there it is. It's herd animals. Oh my god, damn it. It doesn't matter. What I was going to do is do as a hunting opportunity, but we have enough food. We don't need to do that. It's also a huge pack. Herd of them, I mean. So it wasn't going to affect. They weren't going to attack, because animals like that will only attack when they're cornered. They will usually flee, or just ignore you if they're used to seeing people. Then I messed up a bit of the hex crawl stuff. Like I forgot to do. I got my systems mixed up and other stuff, because I think I'm gonna put out a video in a while about what happened. I've been doing a lot of extra stuff lately, for games and reviews and stuff like that. It's taken a lot of time. I'll get it mixed up. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the stuff in here is like you have stuff for different kind of grounds during the day, the weather, and when you're going across areas. I forgot that each type of terrain is going to have, like, you have normal travel. You can see this far away. You have a chance to lose direction. It's going to be different each type of ground. Some of them are going to be more similar. But yeah. And each have stuff for foraging, like 1 and 6, 1 and 6. Most of these are going to be 1 and 6. I think some are going to be 2 and 6. But then the results you're going to get could be less. So here it has a 1 and 6 chance of foraging, but you only get 1d2 minus 1. So you're basically going to get 1 ration in some of these areas. So that's my own fault. Not a big deal. We adjust, adapt, overcome, move forward. Something like Bear Grylls would say. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so where we left off the game last time was we were in between hexes. So we were in between hex number, what was it? 1123 and 1121. Now, I know 1121 is an important hex for later on, and we had to do a bit of searching in the area to find what we're looking for. Now, we know for sure that in hex 1220 is where the thieves were last seen in that vicinity. So it's going to be a large area. Now, we slept in between these hexes. So we're going to say it's morning time. We after waking up, we put away all of our stuff, and we're going to do a quick weather check. Remember, we're in the springtime. I'm on D12. Did I take my D12? Yep, that's my D12. And let's see. It's morning time, so the daytime weather is going to be an 8, which is clouds. Oh, sorry, it's going to be cloudy, and the daytime is going to be mild, and the air is going to be calm. So it's basically a calm, cloudy. It's just a normal cloudy day, basically. Just not cold, it's not hot. It's a normal cloudy day. So from here out, we need to get back on the road. It's going to take a few minutes, and then we need to get to hex 1220. We're in, what kind of ground are we in? Boreal Plains. We go onto the Boreal Plains chart here. I think I won't buy it. Boreal Plains. So it's a grassy type of terrain. We're going to have normal travel rules. So it's a morning time, we get back on the road and we move forward. Now we can only move at the speed of our slowest characters. Well, most of our characters are actually pretty slow movers, to be honest. Example, let's have a look here. Movement. And 18 miles per day is our slowest, and that's going to be across most of our characters. So Baron, Nepo, Baldo, see, Lenway is 24 miles per day, and then Jamie is also 18. So since we can move that far per day, each hex across to move into the next hex is 6 miles. So we can move 3 times per day, and then on the last time it's going to be night time, assuming we left in the morning and we didn't have any major encounters and didn't spend a lot of time doing other stuff. For example, if we went to a dungeon somewhere and it was in the morning time, we might come out, it's in the middle of the night, and it's going to be more dangerous at night, naturally. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to check for an encounter. Make sure I have everything correct here. I'm going to be paying more attention to this part. It's very important. So we're going to have... well, we'll check to see if we're losing direction. We're going to have a 1 in 6 chance. So on a 1, we lose direction. We got a 4. No, this last game, we got like 4 4s in a row, or 3 4s in a row. And the first one we got is this. No, crazy. I'm also going to do a foraging chance. So we have a 1 in 6 for 1d6 chance of foraging. That's going to be stuff we come across, like maybe bulbs from the ground, natural root vegetables, nuts, mushrooms, you know, like that sort of stuff, and like garlic, grass, natural wild garlic. It's going to add to supplement our food. No, we found nothing. We're too busy. We're getting nervous. We're trying to track things where we need to go. And we're going to do wandering monster check. It's going to be a once per day, and we're going to check this in this current hex. Let's see what happens. Now with the foraging and hunting, we can do that in every hex. But if we do a hunting in this, it's going to take up all or most of your day. So basically you end up hunting in the morning. If you're done by the evening, you want to bring your kill back and dress it out. But we're not doing that, so it doesn't really matter. And a 5. No, we don't have a wandering monster check to do, so that's great. And we're going to move back into that hex that we talked about, which is the 1220. So let's see if we can find anything here, if there is anything here. 1220. Oh, gone a bit ahead. I like the way this is laid out. It's pretty straightforward and easy. Obviously, you're going to follow what all the stuff is. Sorry about that. My camera nearly went dead, so I had to plug it in and charge it. I usually have it plugged in as I do it. I just completely forgot. So yeah, we end up coming back to... Where was it? Where are we? 1220. And we come to a crossroads, like it has there in the book. It has a crossroads. We come to the crossroads, and there has a 30-foot high totem pole. It's situated along the Ocean Road, which is the road we're taking. It splits into 2 different ways, and it's a wooden sign planted on the ground nearby, and it's painted with white arrows. It reads Hadean. It reads in Hadean, which is going to be the common language. North Fort Jardrun, 18 miles. Cancun, 30 miles. Then east, Stalberg, 20 miles. West, Fort Eichhofer, 6 miles. This has this direction is crossed out, so who knows. And south, Valkengard, 54 miles. The roads lead north, east, and south are regularly used and clearly demarked. But the road west towards Fort Evangard is overrun with tall grasses. Within 100 meters of the crossroads, a warning sign in that direction. So we'll come to that. So we come around, we look at a totem pole, we read everything that's there, and we basically will follow the road. That has the grass built up in it. We see no signs of recent footprints or footpaths, but we're going to use some basic logic that perhaps the thieves, the brigands, they went on that road because it's high grasses. It's gonna be harder to track people, and it's gonna be a more common sense way to get to common sense place to go. So we're gonna go that way. Also, to consider, they do have a cart with them, or they did at least when they stole. So they still have that cart. That means they would still need to go on a road, because a normal cart and horse going through rough ground, it could be ice, could be still snow in places. It's going to be very hard without a road in place, even a shitty road. So we go off in that direction, and then it has a little sign that says, "Do not enter, brigands ahead." So it is known there's brigands in the area. So maybe this is where serious or not serious is going to be. The totem pole itself is built from sturdy logs and stones. A bear's has carvings of bears and other a great lightning bird. The entire length of the totem. It's painted with bright colours and adorned with flowers, garland, silk ribbons. The totem suggests the strength and grandeur of an ancient, powerful guardian. And you can see offers of fruit, bread, flower petals, all at the bottom of this totem. So yeah, that's kind of it. We also will have to. Where is it? I keep losing it. I have it marked and I keep losing it. There we go. Yeah, so we're going to end up following that road like we said. So we have to go into a different hex to do that. So we're going to go to 1221, which is. So we were here, we came across up into the totem pole area, the crossroads, and we have to go back down one. Again, it's going to be a arboreal plane ground, it looks like. Let me just check. Arboreal planes, it's going to be normal travel. We have visibility, fine. So as we're traveling, we're going to do the chance for foraging. No, another 4. What the hell? Constantly getting 4s. We don't have to do another monster check or anything like that. So we're good there. So we spend the other part of the morning going into evening, getting into 1221. It's now in the evening. It's still bright because it's springtime, and this time of the year, it's going to be bright for most of the day. Summertime is going to be bright for around 20 to 21 hours of the day. Spring, we're going to assume it's going to be like 17, 18 hours a day. It's going to be bright. I'm going to take a drink. So that's what we're assuming. So yeah. So this is going to lead us to basically something happening. So as we're traveling down this path, this hidden pathway, it's overgrown. There's stuff everywhere. We're moving around a little bit. We're trying not to get lost. Again, we only roll for lost once a day. So I think it's once a day. Let me double check. Yep, once a day. We're not doing that again. That's fine. Always double check things when you're not sure. It doesn't matter if you've been playing for 1 billion years, 20 years, or 5 seconds. So we're traveling down this road, and we come across a wooden totem. It's of a humanoid creature, and there's splinters of the wood all over the place, so around the area. So it does have a mold here. Now our characters don't know what kind of mold it is. I'm going to say that since Lenway is our magic user and Baldo is our cleric, they're both more likely going to know anything about this sort of stuff. I'm going to say that Lenway is going to know about some magical and mystical monsters and creatures from reading stuff and knowledge, and Baldo is going to know something as well. Again, all these like creatures and monsters, they have abilities which can damage your party and damage your friends. And Baldo's a cleric. Clerics want to focus on healing, and they need to understand things that they need to heal. So those two characters are going to know something about it. And I'm going to figure out a way to determine if they can figure out what kind of mold it is. And let me get the character sheets out. And there's no real way in OSE to sort of figure that stuff out. If a character does or does not know something, we're going to say that they do based on their class. Again, how we work things in the game is we are playing solo, but we're going to assume our characters know certain things based on the world and creatures and stuff around it, based on their class and ability scores. So here you have Lenway is quite intelligent, 14 intelligence, and Baldo has 15 wisdom. Those are both going to be useful abilities. They're both relatively high. They're not super high. They're not low by any means. I'm going to say that what I mean is, like, with this sort of stuff, you have to kind of figure out what your characters would not know. I know I've talked about this before. It's, again, Lenway is magic user. Magic users are going to know more stuff about weird and interesting things in the world. It's creatures, monsters, and so on. Clerics are going to know more stuff about like religion and stuff that's going to mystical damaging or damaging effects, because again, they're a healer. They need to know things and how to treat them. So we're going to see if Lenway can identify what kind of mold it is, and Baldo is going to do the same. So a yellow mold. Let me just have these marked previously, so I kind of know where to go. So yellow mold is going to be a fungus that covers walls, ceilings, and other surfaces. It has like the stats there. It's immune by all attacks, but it needs to be burnt. It has a spore, 50% of releasing spores, and you have a saving death save for choking if you get infected by it or die within 6 rounds. It also has an erosion, so wood and leather in contact with mold will be destroyed, so it'll be eaten away. So there would be no evidence, basically, of those items, because it's basically eating natural stuff. Now, it looks to be a yellow mold. We're going to say that initially they identify it as yellow mold. I'm going to say a 1 in 6 chance that Lenway will identify it as not a yellow mold. It doesn't have any bonuses to checks, like, I'm going to use this attributes, ability scores, attribute scores, whatever you want to call it. And then for Baldo, I'm going to say he has a 2 in 1 because he is a +1 in his wisdom on a d6. I like to roll d6s because it's quick, simple, and easy to understand. Again, we won't have to do this again to explain things further, but there's no real way in OSC to determine these things. It's going to be up to the GM, and I'm the GM and the player. So we'll see if Lenway can correctly identify it. We need a 1 or more. That's a 2, so that's a no. And Baldo, we need a 2 or more. So if we get 2 again, it's perfect. Sorry, we need a 1 and 2 or 2 and 2. Yeah, I messed that up. So for Lenway, you get a 1 on a d6, and for Baldo, we need to get 2 or 1 or 2 on a d6. So Baldo identifies it and says, Lenway's like, oh, this appears to be yellow mold. Let me get my torch out and we can start to burn this thing away. And then Baldo has his wisdom and he's like, no, don't. There's something wrong with this. And he thinks about what he knows about yellow mold. He studied it. He has this choking hazards when it spores out, when you damage it with anything. But he also remembers that it does eat away at leather and wood. And he's like, if this is attached to wood, there shouldn't be no wood left, or we should see it like rotting away. And they realize it is not yellow mold, it's some other kind of mold. So they can kind of determine what kind of mold is relatively easy, I'm going to say, because the type of mold it is a brown mold. And I'll just open up brown mold so I can read some things on it, so we can get an idea of what it actually is, and what, like, how to say they can identify it, I mean. So brown mold, a deadly fungus that covers, like we said, but it drains heat from any sources. We are in the frozen Northlands and stuff like that. It is spring. It is it's like a calm day. It's a cool day. The wind isn't doing anything, but you can feel and notice in the area around where this mold is, it seems to be extra cold, and only in these few spots. So this is how they're going to determine that. Basically, they think this is a brown mold, and if we do fire onto it, it's going to basically become more powerful, and we do not want this. So that's very icky, because it does say here it has a cold aura. The area around the brown mold is supposed to be cooler than average. Each area square footage is covered by the brown mold is treated as one individual. So a 10 and 10 area would consist of 10 individual molds. Heat drain. Any creature within 5 of the mold suffers 1d8 rounds of damage, and multiplication, it multiplies with fire, so it becomes more and more powerful, bigger. It's also immune. It's also unharmed by all attacks but magical cold. Now, since our characters they know this, like, I'm gonna say that Baldo was basically said this is not a yellow mold. Here's the reasons why I think it's not yellow mold. Like we said, it's too colder in the area and stuff like that. And then Lenway's gonna be like, oh, that sounds like brown mold. Okay, so they're not going to attack this, because if they attack this, they'd be stupid. They don't have any cold magical weapons, cold magical spells. This is basically lying there dormant and waiting for someone to come across it to then attack it. Because if they grab this, it's going to start sucking their heat out of them, and basically going to cause them to basically just essentially hypothermia in a way. So they're going to ignore this area, and what they're going to do is they're going to get some branches from trees, and they're going to like stick it in the ground around it. So they're going to like say this is like the area where the brown mold is, to say this D20 is, and they're going to put sticks around it like that. So it will be noticeable to them when they come back this way, if they come across it. So that was complete bloody luck. Because if we determined that the characters didn't know this and they thought it was a yellow mold and they attacked it with fire, our characters would all for sure be dead. Because even if they attacked it, they got infected, they're still going to be taking damage, and they ran away, they would for sure die. And we'd have to come up with new characters and a new way to get into the game. So that was absolute pure luck. Alright. Oh my god. My heart was pounding when I was rolling those dice. I couldn't believe it. My eyes got a bit teary. So we were in 1221 and we had to move down. Now what I'm going to say is, what kind of ground is 1221? We need to move it to 1222. I'm going to say it is quite late. Our characters know this, and they know that if they continue forward, there is going to be brigands at some point. They've no way to know when it's going to be, so they're going to take shorter than usual days. They don't want to be too tired, too exhausted, anything like that. So they stay well away from the mold. They're going to be much further away. They're not going to be anywhere near it. And they have it cornered off a little bit with sticks going around it. And they're going to walk for a long while. So again, they're going to be safe from that. And they're going to rest in 1221. That's basically going to be where the day is going to end. They set up their camp. Again, they're going to set up their camp again in the same way they've done before. I'll use the dice for example to show what it should look like. So there's 5 of them. So they're going to set up in a kind of a circle like this. And their tarps are going to be interconnected. So they're going to be in a round circle essentially. Like that. So I think that's a cool idea. And in the center of that, they're going to have their little fire. They're going to have their rations. I'll mark off the rations now. Give me 1 second, guys. So there's 5 of them. We'll have 29 rations left. Now, when it comes to like stuff like rations, and we're at the food at a fire, we assume like they have like a pot and stuff like that. They have their fire set up, and they put like even the iron rations, which is going to be, we assume most will be a mixture of dehydrated foods. So think of like dried out meat, some oats and other like grains that are probably pre-cooked and dried out. Think of like a ship's biscuit, if anyone knows what it is. It's like dried out flour, or dried out breads, things, and then what they normally do is they break it up and mix into a soup and make like a thick gruel. And we're going to assume they're doing the same thing, except they also have like mushrooms and other stuff like that, like garlic grass, wild garlic, to add more flavor into our food. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to rest the night. Again, we're away from the beaten path. There's not really, it's an old pathway. We're not going to roll for any surprises at night. The reason why I was rolling on this sort of surprise was near a road, and just in case you might come across like a thieves, brigands, or even guards come across us. They could smell or see the fire or something like that. So I'm saying we're well contained away from everything. And now it's going to be the next morning. So our characters are going to wake up. And again, they put everything away, pack everything up. And we're going to check for weather. Let's go to the weather table. D12. Again, we're in spring. We have a 6. So it's wind. It's a mild day. It's clear sky. It's going to be a mild day, so that's fine. And there's going to be a wind. So let's see how's it on the wind. So that's going to be a -2 penalty to all missile attacks. That's the air conditions. Yep. So it's a windy day, clear skies, and it's mild. So that's fine. And our characters are going to check, see if they're lost. Since we're moving into moving from 1221 into 1222, 1222 is a different kind of ground. Let me just check. So that's Primordial Uplands. And we need to check on the Primordial Uplands to see about travel time. Or Barborial, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to move at half the speed. So what I think we're going to do is, for this, we're going to say it's going to take us 2 turns to get into where we need to be. For the next part, I know what's going to happen in this, more or less. Where we're going to come across, So we're going to say it's going to take 2 turns. We're going to check for being lost. And where's the dice? Oh, there it is. 2 and 6 chance of being lost on the chart here. But I do have Lenway, who does have a navigation skill. So I may or may not end up using that. For now, we're not going to. We roll a 5. So we're not going to be lost. We're going to do foraging on the way. 1d6. No. Monsters. Done wandering monster encounters. So that's going to be 3d6. Or 3 in 6 chance. So a 50% chance we're going to come across some sort of monster, or creature, or some sort of event. 5. No. Nothing. That's fine. And again, that's going to take a couple hours, and then because we had to move at 50% speed, and then we're going to end up walking again the same distance again. I'll actually read what Boreal Uplands is. There's a sharp, rigid, low altitude mountain slices through a skyline like a dragon's head crest. So it's basically going to be dense, rocky ground, bits of forest seeping through it. So you're going to be going up and down jagged rocks through. You're going to have big trees sticking up every now and then. And at some points there's going to be lots of trees and very little trees. And it can be easier to get disorientated, lost, and so on. So that's essentially what it is. And you're going up and down elevation. So it's kind of a bit of everything. So we're going to spend the second part of our 3-part travel doing that. And we'll roll a d6 again to see if we get any rations. Because, what is it? It's for foraging. It's a 1 and 6. Nope. That's fine. And let me get back to the page where we're supposed to be at. There we go. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come across a watchtower, or some sort of watch. So I'll read this bit here. So the bandit is Sirius the Outlaw. As far as we know, Sirius is dead. This could be an associate, it could be a brother, it could be a friend, it could be his boss. We don't know because we changed things a little bit. I said this character has fled into a stronghold. He hides into the ruins of dagger-like Balborian watchtower with his riches. It's the gold, the saffron stolen, laying low from the Valkan authorities. Like I said, the guards know you were in this area and they couldn't find them. They don't have enough troops. There's too much going on in the city, and they can only have enough troops to patrol the main roads and go into some of the cities just to make sure everything's okay. And it talks about some of the tactics and the brigands. Now, he's going to have, we did say he's going to have between 4 and 6 guys with him, this character. So here it actually says 4 brigand guards. What I done is actually rolled up some stuff earlier before we started. And it's 3 brigands and 2 bandits. So we'll just use 3 brigands and 1 bandit. The stats are very similar, to be honest. There's not really any much of a difference. 2 of them will have bows, and 2 of them will have swords. One will have 2 of them will have bows, 1 of them will have a sword, and 1 is going to have daggers. And then we have Sirius himself, or this other character. We haven't determined if he is or is not Sirius. So we're going to head off in the direction we can see from where we are. Eventually, a tower is in the appearing above us. It's going to be, I don't know, 30, 40 feet tall. Well, 40, 50 feet tall. It's quite big. It's going to have 2 levels to it. It's not skinny. It's not wide. It's medium sized, let's say, like in terms of its width. As we get closer to it, we're going to hear a bit of noise, a bit of racket. It's in the afternoon now. It's like, 5, 6 in the evening. You can probably smell and see smoke. You can smell something being cooked. So what we're going to do is we're trying to approach this slowly. Now, the thing about OSE is basically the silent movement stuff, only really thieves and assassins have that. So it's kind of odd how to stealth or walk silently for non non-thieves or assassins or any of those stealth sort of classes. I have a drink here. Well, that's good. So it's kind of how we're going to do this is going to be a bit weird, I think, because in other games you can pretty much stealth all the time. So let's say we're going to approach this slowly. We're walking up, we're taking our time, we're not rushing. Our characters are unsure if this is even the outlaws, because let's say there's brigands ahead. That was quite a while ago. This could be hunters, this could be like Valkyrian guards. They don't know, so they take their time walking up. They're going to be inquisitive, look around on the ground to see if there's any traps, because they don't know who it is. Try not to stand and snap any twigs, that sort of stuff. So we start approaching towards everything, and I'm going to have the lineup sort of ready just in case something happens. So we're going to have Nepo and Baron in the front. In the middle we're going to have Lenway, and beside Lenway we're going to have Jamie and Baldo to the other side. So 2 in front, Lenway in the middle, and 2 sort of like at the side. So you have sort of like a pyramid. So it's going to be 2 and 3. So they're going to be well together and protected, and they're going to be a little spread out a little bit. So they walk up, and they're going to hear 2 people talking, and one of them is clearly giving orders. And they come in sort of like a break in the trees. There's going to be shrubs and bushes, and they can see 2 guys sitting down at a fire. One of them's like stirring the food around, maybe checking it, and off over near the tower there's going to be the horse and cart. The horse is detached. He's tied up though, and the cart it's empty. There's nothing in it. At least from what they can see, there's nothing in it. So so far they can see 3 characters, 3 NPCs. So how I think we're going to do this is, let me see. We are kind of covered. Like I said, there's no real way to do stealth. So we can either run in, guns a-blazing, where we don't know who or what anything is, or we can try and be a little more inquisitive and charming. So who is the best charisma? They all have terrible, terrible charisma. It's all 9s and 10s, I think. So, Lenway has the highest charisma, yep, and the highest intelligence, and Baldo has the highest wisdom. These guys are going to sort of take lead with how we're going to do things. So Lenway is going to basically come out and say, hello there, we could use some assistance. We're kind of lost. We don't know where we are. And then these guys are like, what the they jump out, like, huh? Who said that? And they look over and they sort of see our characters walking up. You know, they can see like we're decently equipped, and we have some furs on. We have a little backpack, so we have our weapons. Lenway is the most charismatic, but has no bonuses. Highly intelligent. We also have Baldo say, "Oh yes, good sir. Can you please help us? We're lost travelers. We were on the road. We were traveling. We got lost. Do you know where we are?" So let's read a little bit ahead to see if there's anything here that maybe can happen. As dirty escape, shears can hit a foe in the face and they can run off. Okay. Dishonorable parley. Okay, so if the party's reaction roll against serious is 5 or less while parlaying, serious feigns or parlay but attacks suddenly at a +2 to hit. Okay, so we're still in the same line now, and we're basically coming out to talk. So we're going to have to roll a d6. If we get a 5 or less against them, we are going to have a surprise attack on us, because we just came out, we're not sure what to do, and we're kind of like trying to bluff our way through. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. I'm not sure if he has to roll as well, or is this going to be like a situation where it's basically a surprise round roll, and I'm not sure. So if the party's reaction roll against serious is 5 or less while parlaying, serious feigns or parlay but suddenly attacks. Okay, we'll roll, if we get it says 5 or less, which basically have to roll a 6, but I think if it's 5 or 6, they will sort of believe that we're trying to talk and trying to get help. Okay. 5 or 6? No, absolutely not. So they start approaching us as we slowly walk towards them. Remember, we have a laneway sort of in the middle. At the back and the sides, we have Jamie and Baldo. Baron and Nepo are right in the front. They're big tough guys. Okay. Dun dun dun, combat time. Yeah, and we have serious abilities here. So yeah. So he's a +2 to hit. It's just gonna be serious. Okay. He's gonna have a +2 to hit. Okay. So we're gonna have Nepo basically take the hit. He's the bigger target, he's the biggest threat, and logically, if you're gonna do a surprise attack, you're gonna attack the biggest and toughest looking, most capable looking target. So you want to try and take him out first. So that means Sirius has, what is his attack? He's a taco 17. Oh, hit 3 hit dice character. Oh wow, I did not know that. Okay, I think I'll have to open up this just to make sure. I want to check some things. So he would normally need 15 to hit, 15 or more to hit Nepo, but since he has a +2, he needs to roll a 13 or more. Oh, he rolled a 14. Because remember, he has a bonus from basically feigning parlay, feigning to agree to talk to us. Yeah. What does he have? He has a short sword. He does 1d6 damage. It's 4 damage. That is a massive attack. So Nepo only has 2 hit points left. Basically, there's a big slice across him. It doesn't even look like a number because I'm an idiot. But yeah, he does a big slice on him. Attacks him badly. He's like, ugh! And then, so far we can only see 3 characters. Since Sirius, or this other character, has Dirty Escape, he basically hits Nepo and he runs into the tower, leaving the other 2 guys out there to fight. Like I said, I do have characters written up. I've done stats before this. I didn't even read ahead, so I knew there was going to be a counter. I just didn't know what it was. So I have 3 brigands and 2 bandits. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 1 bandit and I'm going to go with the lower HP guy. And because I do have another guy, brigand, and he has the bow inside the tower. Or this is how I'm gonna put this, because there's one guy outside with a bow and another guy, he's gonna have a sword, and then this guy, Sirius or not Sirius, is ran inside the tower. So why I decided to give the lower hit point guys bows is because they have lower hit points. I'm gonna assume they're physically weaker, they're smaller, at least in terms of able to take hits. So that's just a logical thing for me. If you don't like it, okay, I don't know. So yeah, that was basically Sirius's own personal attack. So we're gonna do to see who's gonna go first. So the highest roll goes first in the continuation of the combat. Again, Sirius attacked us. That's sort of his own personal surprise. He's gonna have his own other party members then have their actual turn, because they didn't know what was gonna happen. We're green, they are black and purple. Even, so that no one gets surprised. We didn't really do that, did we? No, doesn't matter anyway, it's even, same thing. So, yeah. That's kind of like initiative, so how we'll go again. Let's see who's gonna take the first turn. They're gonna take the first turn. So, this guy with the bow, he aims up and he releases at what is it? At Baron. As he sees the other target is weakened, he's damaged, but Baron, he's still strong and he is at full health. That's going to be the thief, I'm going to say. Give me a sec. The bandit, I mean. So let's go to the bandit's stats. I have some stuff sort of written out here. It's just their AC, but I don't have their to hit. Oh, the attack got 19. But he also has a -2 for missile attacks because of the wind. So he needs a 19 to hit 0. He's a level 1, 19 to hit 0. Baron has the hit points of Baron has an AC of 5. You would need a 14 to hit normally, but now he needs a 16, so equivalent to hitting an AC of 3. He needs a 16 to hit with his bow. So let's find out. No, he fails miserably. The wind sets it off and it goes flying off in a completely different direction. Now the other guy, he's going to be a bandit, a brigand I mean. He is going to have a sword. So essentially he's going to charge forward, and again he's going to try and attack Baron. Nepo's already compromised and he's badly injured. Again, I'm just going to say this just for play, because we don't want to have a death straight away, and we're kind of given, since we're doing solo play, we're kind of giving ourselves a little bit more benefit of the doubt on how things are going to be done. So he needs to hit Baron like these, then he's going to need a 14 or more to hit Baron. 20, he hits. He does 1d6 damage. 4 damage. Baron is also down to 2 hit points. This is going terribly already. And the other characters, they don't know what's going on yet, and we're going to assume that, like, Sirius, the guy, he's shouting out to them, and that's going to be their sort of turn, because we're going to assume they're in the building somewhere and they're running out to the door or to the windows or something. They don't know what's going on. That makes sense. And also, if they are coming towards us already, it's going to take time. So yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to say it's our turn now. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to have Jamie the fighter. Again, Baron has the slow weapon, he has to go last, but we're doing things as a collective party, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm still going to have him take the last actions. It just makes sense. So Jamie, he's going to come forward. He's an excellent fighter. He is also a bowman. So what I'm going to say is he is going to go and attack the other. He's going to move forward a little bit, and he's going to attack the brigand bowman. Not the brigand bowman, the bandit bowman. So the bandit is going to have an AC of 6, which is quite good. So Jamie, he needs to get 13 or more, but since he just needs to get 13 or more, but it does a -2, so he needs to get 15 or more to hit. 7, he doesn't hit. This is not good. I'm gonna say Nepo is gonna go now. He's going to attack the brigand who attacked him. I'm going to say is the brigand with the 4 hit points, because I have a brigand with 4 hit points, a brigand with 3, and another with 3. So he's going to attack the one with 4. So he has a hit on a 13. He has a +1, so that becomes a 12. So basically, if I roll a 12 or more, he's going to hit, and he does +1 damage as well. And he does a D8 weapon. He's a sword and a shield, so he's quite well built. And the sword he has, it's a long sword basically. So, oh, he hits. So let's hope. Is this the DA? Yeah, I think that's the DA. So let's hope that he gets at least a 4, so we can just basically slice this guy up. 2. Oh my god. No. So we'll say this guy is down to 2 hit points. Yeah. Jamie's gone. Baron's. Jamie and Nepo are gone. So I'm gonna say that Lemway is gonna go actually. He's gonna use a sling to try and hit the archer. The bandit archer. So the bandit archer, he has AC of 6. We need to roll 13 or more, but we have a -2, so we need 15 or more to hit with any missiles. 4. Oh my god, I'm rolling so terrible. So that's nope. That's done. I'm gonna say Baldo is going to basically run towards the archer. He's just gonna try and take him out straight away. Yeah, so he needs to get 13 or more. He runs forward. It's relatively close distance, they're not super far away, they're not super close. He's going to move forward and then crack him on the head with his mace. Fails. He's unable to do so, but he's in close contact with the archer, basically making his archery kind of done for. We now have Baron. Baron's going to go again. He's just going to use his battle axe to attack the guy right in front of him. He's a +1, so now he only needs a 12 or more to hit the target. And he again hits +1 damage and it's D8 weapon. Oh, 16, absolutely. That was like so close to being a 3. I'm sorry, I blocked that. So it was almost it was almost a 3. It like rolled to 16, so it's a D8. So we just need give us 2, and we have this guy gone. Oh my god, it's a 1. It's a fucking 1. It's a fucking 1. It's a fucking 1. Bye guys, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. Oh my god. So as we're out and about after this, it's then going to be the other guys' turns. So we're gonna have the archer, he's gonna try and go first, but since he's kind of basically pinned. He's pinned up. He's near a wall, near like the what you call it, not the wall, the cart, between a cart and a wall, and some stacks of stuff, boxes. There you go. That's the word I can think of. He only has his bow ready. He doesn't have a knife or a dagger out. You know, you can assume that's somewhere else. He's maybe left it down beside the fire, so he can't shoot the weapon that close range. So we're gonna have to say that he's gonna try and move out of the way, but that means I'm gonna get a free attack on him basically. So he kind of like tries to run away and turn, and as a reaction, we're gonna have Baldo basically try and hit. Yeah. So 13 or more, he hits. 11, nope, the guy runs away to the corner successfully, and then he's trying to take aim at Baldo and fire. 5, so he needs to roll 14 or more, but he's a -2, so that's going to be a 16 or more. Now he fails, the thing flies off, hits the wall, or into like the crates, stuck in there. Okay. Then from the tower, one of the guys is going to come out. He's in the window. He takes aim with his bow, and he's going to fire. He's going to take aim at Jamie. Jamie has AC 14. Yeah, he's going to take aim at Jamie. So again, he's going to need to roll a 16 to hit Jamie. 19. Wow. And 1d6, the short bow. 6 damage. I have 1 hit point with Jamie. This is going absolutely terrible. Guys, this is bad. This is so bloody bad. I'm freaking out. Oh no. I rolled terrible for myself, but very good for like getting 5 and 6s on the on myself and getting 2s on a D8. That is not fair. That is not fair at all. So yeah. So what we're going to say is the next guy, he's going to come out. He spends his turn coming out towards the fire. He doesn't know Baldo's up in the corner. He doesn't notice him because he just sees like 4 guys in front of him. So he runs forward, he's towards the fire. He is the other swords guy. That's him there. We also have Sirius the Outlaw. He then runs out as well. He runs beside him to the same point. Obviously he ran inside to shout and call people out or get them ready, and he lands just beside him. It's going to be sort of beside him but off to the side a little bit, so he's kind of using him as a little bit of a shield. Okay. So that's their turns, so it's back to us. So Lenway can see everyone's been fucked basically. So I'm going to say Lenway's going to cast Sleep. Now Sleep is going to take a whole turn to get ready, so we'll do it now, and then on Lenway's on his next turn he'll be able to use Sleep if the rolls are successful. So we're going to cast Sleep and we're going to prepare it. So on Sleep you get 2d8 rolls, so that's going to be how many characters you can hit with hit dice of 4 or less. So we roll once, that's 8, that's there 16. So basically how this would work is we either target one target or we can target. Actually, I'll just read it just to be sure. I'm not mixing anything up. Better be safe. The last time I cast it was quite some time ago. I know. I think I've a marked here. So sleep. You can hit either a single target with 4 hit dice plus 1, or hit 2d8 hit dice of creatures with 4 hit points or low. So we're going to do that. So basically we can hit everyone potentially. So they'll have to do a saves versus spells. We're going to do that now, I think, just so we'll know when it comes down to it. Yeah, we'll do that now. There's no point in not doing it now. So for this guy is serious. He's a save versus spells is a 16, so he needs to get 16 or more to save. 15, he does not save. Now, again, if Lenway basically dies before then, or gets knocked unconscious, it does not matter. So the brigands, they are the bandits. Their save is 15. Is it? That's not right. Yeah, it's 15. That's weird. And oh no, the brigand is 16, and the bandit is 15. Yeah, that's weird. So we do the 2 bandits. Oh no, it's 1 bandit and 2 brigands. So the other bandit, he's 15 or higher. Nope. And the 2 brigands. One of them does not get affected if the spell works. And 2 of them don't get affected if the spell works. Okay. So that's going to be the guy in the watchtower and the guy in the beside not serious. Okay. But Sirius is going to be knocked out, and so will the thief guy if he's not dead by then, of course. Okay. So that is Lenway's turn. Remember, Lenway is basically protected by everyone. Baldo, no. Have Baron go last. Yeah, so Baldo, he is actually going to move forward again and attack the archer. He's 13 or more. Oh my god, no. He's blocked the archer again, so the archer then wants to move out of the way. He's going to have to basically risk being hit. Baldo's turn is done. We have Jamie the fighter. I'm going to say he's actually going to use his bow, and he's going to attack the what you call it? He's going to use his bow, and he's going to attack the other brigand, the one that's completely healed. Takes his bow out, and it's going to be 1d6, and he needs to hit on, so he's no dex bonus, again he needs to hit 13 or more, but then it's actually 15 or more because of the -2. Please work. Oh yes. And it's going to be 1d6. He needs to get 3 or more to completely kill him. 4. Hits him right in the chest, in the heart, boom, one of them is down. Now we only have the other brigand who is left in the tower, and the brigand who is beside the fighters, and the thief. Bandit. I always say thief or bandit, it's just a habit. Okay. Whew. Jamie's done. And then also we have the serious, not serious guy. So Nepo. Yeah, Nepo's gonna go. So Nepo is Yeah, Nepo's going to go, and he's going to hit the guy right in front of him. The one who, yeah, the one who's right in front of him. Again, he needs 13 or more, and he's going to do D8. And we basically we succeed. This guy's dead. Yeah, the guy's just dead. He gets a sword and hits him with the pommel, knocks him to the side, and then stabs it through his throat. Basically slit his throat with it. And gone. Okay, so we only have the brigand in the tower, the thief, the bandit, whatever, and Sirius. Okay. Okay. We have Lenway, he's done his turn. Baldo's done his turn. Now Baron is quite badly hurt. There's only 2 hit points remaining. But what he's going to do, he's going to charge forward as fast as he can, and he's going to enter melee combat with Sirius, not Sirius. I love saying that. So he's going to enter melee combat. So if Sirius then wants to run away, he's going to have to be open up for an attack, unless he hits him first. Then he'll get a free basically run away. So like it hits you and then runs away. Okay, so Baron, he's gonna have to roll. So Sirius has an AC 6, so yeah, basically have to roll 13. But he has a +1, so maybe 12 or more. So if I roll a 12 or more, Baron hits this Sirius, not Sirius. 20. Now there's no crits in this, so we have to roll a D8. Please be an 8. 2. Oh my god. I was going to write down on the side here. So he's gone down from 13 hit points down to 11. I'll just write it here. Right there. Okay. So again, now it's the bandits. The bandits attacks. So we're going to have the bandit that's engaged with Baldo. Let's get a Baldo sheet. And Baldo has, again, he's an AC 5. He's going to have to, again, disengage in combat in order to hit Baldo. But that's going to open him up for an attack from Baldo. So he's going to have to... He turns, runs, tries to move away, and Baldo will hit him on a 13. 12. I have no bonus. Damn it. So he's able to get away, and he turns around again, because he can only do dashes. He's dashing away, and he turns around again, looses an arrow, and he needs to hit on 16. Because of the -2 from the wind. Nope, he misses, flies off, again hits into the wall or into the stacks of boxes. It's gonna be the guy in the tower's turn. He's also an archer. He can see down, he can't hit Baron because he's gonna risk hitting his boss. Lenway, maybe Nepo, or Jamie. He's gonna try and hit Nepo. He's a big bulky target. He's sort of in the way of Lenway anyway, and he can see he is hurt. So in order to hit, basically has to roll a 19 or more to hit him. Oh my god, 20. This is terrible. He does d6 damage. So if he does 2 damage, Nepo is unconscious. 1 damage. My heart is pounding like an absolute madman. Pure bloody luck. Boom. This is so tense. So now it is going to be Sirius's turn. He's going to try and attack Baron. So where's Baron? So we have Baron's paper here. Baron has an AC of 5. I think I need to take out the chart here. Oh, his attack of 17. Yeah, I'll need to take out the chart. I had this printed off and I can't find it, like the quick reference thing. So he's 17 to hit 0. Baron's 5. You need 12 to hit Baron. 12 or more. So I'm risking a lot. Baron is my character in every game. He's my first ever character in any D&D game, and anytime I play any fantasy game, I create a character, even a video game, as a dwarf, and it's Baron. Please get 12 or higher to hit Baron. Please do not. He does not. That means he cannot disengage without an attack of opportunity. He can only do a dirty escape. If he hits a character, then he can run away for free with no penalty. Okay, we have a chance, boys. Yeah, we have a chance. You know why? Because characters are going to sleep. Oh my god. Thank God. So, the only character who's going to go to sleep is going to be... Oh no, there's two of them, because you're going to have the Bandit Archer and the serious character, or this not serious character. And the bandit up in the top, he's not going to go to sleep, because he wasn't affected by it, because we already done the rolls. So the guy tries to hit Baron, Baron slips out of the way, and then Lenway lets out his spell, because it's our turn now, and he's moving his hands, saying some words, mumbling, and then because the sleep spell has a very large distance, and as long as you see the characters, it's fine. The bandit falls asleep first. He just falls down. You then have the not serious. He falls asleep. You can see him struggling, fighting it, and then he falls down. He falls off to the side. He nearly hits into Baron on his way down, and that's that. Now we have the problem of the bandit left in the tower. Okay. So what I'm going to say is... how many rounds actually are they going to fall asleep for? We have to roll for the rounds. I forgot to do that. Do that now. Because this could be quite important. Because I think it's going to be quite a while. But I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, 44 rounds. So a minimum of 4 rounds. So 3, 7, 8, 11. 11 rounds are falling asleep for. So what I'm going to say is, that's Lenway's turn done, obviously. We have two other characters. So I'm going to say that Baldo, he's going to... Baldo's going to shout that he's going to go on side and he's going to take out the archer. Okay. So what the others are going to do is they're going to run for cover, so the archer cannot hit them. And because the others, they're very injured. Nepo's injured, Baron's injured, Jamie's injured, Lenway is not. But we don't want to risk Lenway getting killed. So Baldo's going to run inside. The other archer, he cannot shoot anyone. Again, Baldo will then spend the next turn running up the stairs, and halfway he meets the archer. Now, since they're indoors, there's not going to be any minuses to any archery stuff. Baldur was at full health. We're going to say it's still his turn. So he meets this character halfway. We're going to say that this is a tricky one. So we're going to say he's in the tower. He's spent half his movement moving up and around. He still has half his movement left, so he sort of pops into him. And he's going to run up the stairs and try and smack him with the mace. Yeah, he's rolled 13 or more. 17 hits him. 1d6. This character is going to have 3 hit points. Smashes him. So he smashes him into his chest. He cracks the bow, smashes the bow, and it smashes him in the chest, and he falls down unconscious. Done. Finished. He then runs over to the window and shouts, "I got him!" So then what the others are going to do is they run over. One of them, he's going to just basically stab the bandit, the weak bandit that was nearly killed. So Jamie goes over, just stabs him, and then Lemway shouts about about serious, not serious. Now they don't know he's the leader, but you can kind of tell he was the one bossing around. He had the better equipment and stuff like that. And they say, and obviously he was like shouting, giving orders. So he's going to say, Lemway's going to say, tie him up. So what they do is the others will come around and they tie his hands and legs together. They're behind each other. They search his body, make sure he's not holding anything, like extra weapons or tools to get rid of stuff. They have a lot of rope anyway. They tie everything up, so they hog tie him basically. So his hands are tied behind his back, his feet are tied, and they're both connected with rope. And then we're going to have that rope twisted around his legs and his upper body as well. So he's like mummified with rope essentially. So there's no way he can escape at all. And that's where we're going to leave this game session. This was a big game session. It was quite long. We went into some stuff I just don't need to explain some things again. I like to do this. I think it's not only just for you guys, it's mostly for me, if I'm being honest. Like, we didn't really have a way to stealth because there's no way for stealth for thieves and assassin type characters in this, but not a big deal. We can sort of do a thing on the way, and we tried to basically parlay. It did not work. Several of our characters nearly died. Like, they were so close to going unconscious. And remember, you have the stuff for helping characters if they're injured. So yeah, we're going to leave it there, guys, and next time we do this, we're going to pick up basically where we left off, and we'll roll up for treasure because we're going to loot everything. We're going to have everything ready. We're actually going to stay in this tower and rest and recover some hit points. We know there's a cart there, there's a horse. We can then use these to travel back, claim a reward, and we have serious, not serious. We have to find out who this is. Maybe it is the real Sirius. Maybe it's a brother. Maybe it's his boss. Maybe it's someone else. And on the way, we're going to get some information, perhaps interrogate, or even before we leave. So we're going to make sure our characters are going to be well rested. And there's food here. We have everything ready. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to yet another game of Gods Forbidden North. Gods of the Forbidden North, not Forbidden North. Forbidden North. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys watch me play this along and fuck up and have a good time. And like we did there, I was stressing out so much. Yeah. This has been great, guys. Thanks again. I'll talk to you all soon and have a good one.